If you're someone who keeps waiting to feel ready and you're sitting on the vision that God gave you, you're trying to polish the idea and telling yourself one day you'll have the confidence to actually step into it. But here's what I've learned. God isn't about asking for a well-polished thing. He's asking for your yes. And in 2022, God dropped a phrase into my spirit that I was not ready to live it out yet. 3 simple words: grow, glow daily. And I wrote it down, tucked it away, and honestly, I forgot all about it. But God doesn't forget what he plants. So today I want to share the heart behind those 3 words. Not the brand, not the strategy, the heart. Because I think you're someone who's been holding back, waiting until you feel qualified. So this is going to hit differently for you. This is the story of how a tucked away note became a lifeline for my calling. So here's what happened. I was in a season where everything felt uncertain. You know those moments where God whispers something and you almost talk yourself out of it? That was me. He gave me grow, glow daily, and immediately my mind started racing. What does that even mean? What am I supposed to do with this? Who am I to build anything? And so I wrote it down in my notes and I put it away. Not because I didn't believe it was from God, but because I didn't feel equipped to carry it yet. And I think a lot of you builders understand that. You receive a glimpse of something, a vision, a direction, but instead of stepping forward, you wait. You wait for the clarity, the resources, the right timing. You wait until you feel like you've arrived. But what followed that moment in 2022 was a waiting season I didn't sign up for. I was faced with loss, sacrifice, days where I genuinely wanted to quit. There were nights I sat with God and said, I don't know if I can do this. The weight of the vision felt heavier than my ability to carry it. And you know what kept me? Not my strength, not my plan. It was remembering something that I had already spoken quietly in my heart. I had already said yes to God. I had already told God, whatever you want me to do, wherever you want me to go, my answer is yes. And when the feelings of inadequacy showed up, when quitting looked like it was easier, that yes held me steady. Because here's what shifted in my understanding during that season. God doesn't need perfect hands. He's not up there scanning the earth for the most qualified, most polished, most impressive person to carry his plans. What he's looking for is willing hands, hands that say, I don't have it all together, but I'm available. Use me. And Paul says in 2 Corinthians that we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that the surpassing power belongs to God and not to us. That word became real for me. The cracks and imperfections in the parts of my story that felt like disqualifiers, those were exactly where his power would shine through. I didn't need to be a finished product. I just need to be willing to show up as the jar of clay I was, and let him fill it. That hidden season, the one where I felt like nothing was happening, was actually preparation. God was breaking things off of me. He was training my hands for what they need to carry later. He was shaping my character so I could steward what he was about to build. And here's something I want you to really hear. What you're walking through right now, the waiting, the stretching, the wondering if you missed it, that isn't wasted time. It's preparation for the people you're called to serve. There are builders watching this who need to see someone who didn't have it all figured out, but still showed up. They need your story, not just your success. So don't give up on the vision God gave you unless he tells you to move on. And if he hasn't released you, if he hasn't redirected you, stay. Stay in the building process. Finish what you start, not because it's easy, but because you're already saying yes. And that yes means something. That phrase, grow, glow daily, didn't just become my reminder. It became a framework for living out that simple yes every single day. So let me break it down for you. The word grow, surrendering your will for his. This first pillar, and here's where I think a lot of people get stuck. When you don't know what you're called to do, the natural instinct is to strive, to figure out, to chase the clarity, like it's something you can catch if you just run fast enough. But that's not how growth works in the kingdom. Philippians 2:13 says it's God who works in you, both to will and to work for his good pleasure. God is the one working it into you. Your job is surrender. Growth isn't striving to figure out your calling. It's surrendering your will so that God's plan can surface from the inside out. And then you pair that with Romans 12:2. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That word transformed is the same root we get metamorphosis from. It's not a surface change. It's a complete inward restructuring. So when you renew your mind, you stop operating from performance mode, the mode that says, I have to earn, I have to achieve, I have to prove, I have to strive. You shift into spirit-led obedience where the pressure falls off because God is the one doing the heavy lifting. So if you're sitting there thinking, I don't even know what I'm called to do, here's what I would tell you. You don't need the full vision. You just need the next step of trust. Ask God, what do you want me to do today? Who do you want me to reach today? What's the one brick you're asking me to lay right now? Build with God, one brick at a time. Growth is simple obedience, not complicated, not overwhelming, just surrender. Because once growth becomes surrender, your light naturally starts to shine. And that takes us to the next pillar, glow. Letting your light shine despite fear. So once growth becomes surrender, something starts to shift. Your light begins to glow. And this is where fear shows up for so many builders. The fear of visibility, the fear of being seen, the fear of stepping into something that requires you to stop hiding. And this is anchored in Isaiah 61. Now, God gave me all these scriptures for each word. This says, arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. Notice the order. Arise first, then shine. The arising is the obedience. The shining is what God does with it. But too many of us are sitting down, waiting for the fear to leave before we stand up. And that's not how it works. Your light isn't for you. It's not about your name, your platform, your reputation. Your light is for the people you're called to impact. Matthew 5:16 tells us to let our light shine before others so that they may see our good works and glorify the Father. The attention doesn't land on you. It points back to Him. And when you really get that, the fear of visibility starts to lose its grip. I've had moments where showing up felt terrifying. Posting a video, sharing something vulnerable, putting my voice out there when I could easily stay quiet and comfortable. Every time, the same thought would surface. What will people think? What if I say it wrong? What if I'm not ready? But obedience mattered more than approval. I had to decide whether I was building for an audience or building for God. Those are two different things. When you hide, here's what's at stake. Someone else stays stuck. Someone else doesn't get the encouragement they need to awaken their own light. Your yes just isn't just about you. It's connected to someone else's breakthrough. And that's why the enemy works so hard to keep you quiet. He knows that when you finally arise and shine, the people around you will start to do the same thing. So if visibility scares you, take a deep breath. You don't have to be loud. You just have to be obedient. Let God handle the reach. You just handle the showing up, because the consistency of showing up is what brings us into the daily rhythm. So daily, this is consistency over perfection. And this is the third pillar, the part where most builders get tripped up because perfectionism sneaks in and tries to take the wheel, wanting everything perfect instead of done. And that pressure to have the right words, the clean format, the flawless execution, it keeps so many people frozen on the starting line. And this is the scripture that's anchored in daily. Joshua 1:8 says, this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth, but you shall meditate on it day and night, so that you may be careful to do according to all that is written in it. Then you will make your way prosperous and have good success. Meditate on the word day and night, not when you feel like it, not when conditions are ideal, daily. Proverbs 3 says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. There it is again. Daily acknowledgement, daily dependence, daily surrender. Not a one-time decision, but a rhythm you build into your life, one brick at a time. See, building a life on purpose every single day means you stop waiting for the perfect moment and you start stewarding today. Some days the brick you lay will feel small. A prayer, a post, a conversation. Other days, you'll look back and realize you built more than you thought. And true confidence isn't fueled by getting it all right. It's fueled by daily refueling in God's presence. Now, here's your challenge for this week. Do something that scares you. Get out of your comfort zone. Send the message, record the video, make the ask, take the step you've been putting off. Not because you feel ready, but because your yes matters more than your comfort. Show up with intention. Finish what you start. Because he's not looking for perfect hands. He's looking for your yes. And that's all he needed from me in 2022. And that's all he needs from you today. So if this spoke to you and you want to build alongside a community of people doing the same, join the Builder and Bloom newsletter. I encourage you to take these next steps and get the link in the description below. Take one step at a time, and I'll see you later in the next video. I hope this serves you well. God bless you.